that's another piece of like what Floyd has done with his money after his fight career. Now, there is the lawsuit that Floyd is in with Showtime, and I don't think Al Heyman's a part of the lawsuit, even though he blames Al Heyman in a lot of the lawsuit for stealing his money. Worth $340 million. We'll see if anything materializes out of that, or if Floyd just spends more money out of his ass.
How does he owe you the money? Why don't you just like...
Here's what happened. He pre-sold the fight using my likeness to some company in, I think, Dubai or like the Middle East. This is my understanding of it, for $10 million cash. We ended up doing the fight in the States with a different company. That is the company.
Today we are going to step straight into the storm surrounding Floyd Mayweather's financial world, where questions, lawsuits, and rumors collide in a way that blurs truth and speculation in real time. From the beginning, it feels less like sports talk and more like a financial thriller unfolding, where even a billionaire boxer's empire is questioned and every claim adds more weight to the mystery. What makes it more intense is how quickly narratives shift from success to suspicion. It sets the stage for a deeper look into how fame and fortune can still be questioned. Right away, the tone signals something bigger is about to unfold beneath the surface.
From that standpoint, you say, wow, you're blaming them when in fact it's really, really you, because you can't do what they do every day. Maybe you should go to them to get some lessons.
It's a spending issue, not an income.
Yes.
Here the story intensifies as allegations surface that Floyd Mayweather allegedly sold rights to the Logan Paul exhibition fight to a Dubai-based company, triggering disputes over unpaid earnings and broken agreements. What should have been a clean celebrity boxing event turns into a financial battlefield, where contracts and percentages become the center of controversy and every party involved claims they were shortchanged in the deal. The situation raises questions about trust in high-profile exhibition fights. It also shows how quickly entertainment deals can turn into legal conflicts. In the background, reputation becomes just as valuable as money itself. Every new detail only adds more confusion to an already messy situation.
He sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight, bro. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment. I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I think he's
He
facing a bunch.
rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million. He custom built the house, by the way, in like 2006.
Yeah.
Started at 14, reduced to 12,
Yeah.
10, 8 came on the market, and it was a lot of house for 8.
Yeah.
So for 6.6.
Oh, he really got
Just the
rinsed.
cost to build that house was 9 or 10.
Whoa, he got rinsed.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
It was huge.
Goddamn.
Who would win in a fight, you or 100 grams?
Probably
100
100
to me
grams.
is a lot.
100 grams, it's a lot.
The focus now shifts to Floyd's shrinking empire, where luxury assets begin to tell a different story. Reports of declining property values, potential foreclosures, and even the sale of a private jet create an image of pressure behind the glamour. Instead of expansion, it looks like liquidation, as once powerful symbols of wealth are now discussed as losses and financial strain. What stands out is how quickly assets can lose meaning when liquidity becomes urgent. Even high-value properties are no longer untouchable in this narrative. The shift from luxury ownership to asset selling changes the entire perception of stability. It feels like a quiet financial storm building underneath public success.
Even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he gotta be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know.
All the money. He got to show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car, and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that like, boy, that money goes quick.
Yeah.
Bugattis are like $3 million. There's watches that are $3-5 million.
This part pulls back the curtain on lifestyle, where others highlight how extreme spending habits can quietly drain even massive fortunes. Luxury watches, supercars, and nonstop displays of wealth become more than status, they become financial weight. The message is simple but sharp: no matter how much you earn, uncontrolled spending can erase it faster than success builds it. The lifestyle becomes part of the problem instead of just a reward. It shows how image maintenance can cost millions over time. Behind every flashy purchase is a long-term financial consequence. The illusion of endless wealth slowly starts to crack under reality.
Flipped a house in Florida from 18 to 20 mil, and he's got a place in LA that's like $25 million he's trying to sell now for like 48, which it's funny how now all of a sudden Floyd's trying to sell all of his assets. What does that tell you? He just sold his private plane as well, which I don't know what that went for, but again, he's offloading assets because he's massively in debt and owes people a lot of money. And he's trying to finance something, whether it's legal fees, whether it's other mortgages, whatever. But yeah, getting a net negative of $4 million on the house you built and then put on the market is probably the worst real estate investment you can make. Outside of maybe a strip club that no one goes to except...
Now the conversation shifts into financial reasoning, breaking down the gap between earning money and actually keeping it. Experts explain how disciplined investing could multiply wealth, while reckless spending destroys it over time. Sean Porter adds another layer, suggesting even a comeback fight might be more about financial strategy than sport, turning boxing into a survival move rather than passion. It reframes retirement as temporary rather than permanent. Money management becomes the real fight outside the ring. Every decision carries long-term consequences beyond entertainment. The idea of returning to fight suddenly feels less about legacy and more about necessity.
Who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, I'm not gonna say who it is, he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like
I
crazy.
mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy shit like that.
But you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
Right.
As long as you keep your spending under wraps. Like right now, like I could retire right now. This could be my last interview ever.
Right.
And with my investments, you know, I invested into a lot of great companies like Google and Amazon and Tesla over the years, and those companies have all grown and continue to grow, right? And I could actually borrow money against my stock portfolio without even...
Attention turns to Floyd's comeback talks, especially exhibition fights like the potential clash with. The debate is no longer about legacy, but age, timing, and necessity. After years away from real competition, questions rise about whether this return is driven by love for boxing or financial pressure. Even supporters admit the physical edge may not be what it once was. Still, the global attention these fights bring cannot be ignored. The spectacle may outweigh the sport itself. It becomes a mix of curiosity and concern. Fans are left wondering what version of Floyd they would actually see in the ring.
You don't want to do what we've seen Mike Tyson do against Jake Paul. You don't want to get in that ring and you haven't driven that car in so long that the engine runs hot, you know? So both these guys, I think they're more than anything, they're trying to show us how serious they are about doing it again against one another, so.
Sean, how shocked were you when you found out that Floyd was coming back? Last time he fights is in 2017 against Conor McGregor. The guy has not fought, I said more than a decade, almost a decade, I should have said, in almost a decade. Even when you're Floyd Mayweather, that's got to be a hard thing to do, and especially when you're 49 years old.
So there's some really good pros about it. You know, he's done some exhibitions, He's shown that he still has the abilities that he's had. They're clearly not what they used to be, but they're still there, you know. And then beyond that, the fact that he lives.
Here we see the psychological side of wealth, where maintaining image becomes as heavy as earning money itself. Stories of fake jewelry, luxury pressure, and athletes trying to keep up with elite lifestyles reveal how status culture silently drains fortunes. Comments add doubt, suggesting appearances can be misleading and that heavy spending often hides deeper instability. The pressure to look successful becomes a financial trap. Even small decisions are influenced by public perception. Wealth turns into performance rather than security. Behind the confidence, there may be constant financial balancing happening out of sight.
I remember Iran Barkley was talking about that. Iran Barkley, when he was in his prime, was hanging out with all these professional athletes, and everybody was getting diamond-crusted chains and this and that, and he was keeping up with these people. Like, you got to keep up with the Joneses. And he just found himself, like, draining all of his money. He was talking about it like that was the biggest detriment to him being able to save any money.
Mm-hmm. They trying to keep up.
Yeah. Which I thought was funny when I was listening to this conversation with Chad Ochocinco. He was talking about it. He was like,
his jewelry fake.
Yeah, he was wearing fake jewelry.
But who would know?
What's that?
Who would know?
No one know.
Ochocinco.
Exactly.
It's
fake
like when
jewelry,
they look at him, like
flying economy. He was sleeping at the stadium, like, so he didn't have to pay for an apartment. So smart.
Yeah.
Legal pressure now enters the frame with multiple lawsuits, unpaid claims, and a massive $340 million dispute involving Showtime. Allegations of crypto deals, luxury debts, and foreclosure claims build a complex web around Floyd Mayweather. While nothing is fully confirmed, the number of legal battles creates constant tension, making financial uncertainty feel like an ongoing fight outside the ring. Each lawsuit adds another layer of complexity. It paints a picture of constant defense rather than stability. The courtroom becomes another arena for conflict. And unlike boxing, there are no clear rounds or easy wins here.
That Mayweather was in a similar spot because he made so much cash, and if you invested even in common stocks, you should do pretty well. But I mean, listen, Mayweather never flies commercial. He's only flying private.
So he doesn't own his own plane?
I don't think so. I've never seen a Mayweather plane, like a Drake plane. I've never seen that. Not to say that he doesn't. I don't know Mayweather like that. I've never even met him. So I don't know. I mean, you have a lot of properties. You have a lot of money you're constantly spending.
Right.
I don't know. Remember at one point he said he was buying like the jewelry district building.
Yeah, and they said
that wasn't true.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know this man's finances, but this guy told me that Mayweather is in financial problems.
See, here's the shitty part about actually losing your money when you're on that level and you're, kind of like flossing, showing off. Nobody gives a shit. Like there are people actually praying.
This section breaks down deeper accusations around major fight deals, especially the Logan Paul situation, where claims of leverage, mismanagement, and unfair contracts surface. Analysts argue Floyd often prioritizes fast cash over structure, leading to repeated disputes. Whether fully accurate or exaggerated, the pattern shows ongoing controversy surrounding his business dealings and promotional strategies. It raises questions about how deals are structured at the highest level. Reputation and money seem constantly entangled. Each deal brings both profit and potential conflict. Over time, patterns begin to matter more than individual incidents.
Way back, again 5 years ago now, but that was like the initial rumblings around that fight. And what Floyd did was use Mayweather Promotions to bring them this fight and say, if you'll front us this money, we'll put this fight here. They fronted him the money. He took the money, had the fight at the Hard Rock in Miami with Fanmio instead. That was the company that put it on, Fanmio. And Logan saw none of that front end 10 mil, and the people that paid Floyd the 10 mil never saw a dime back. It's nasty work what he did. But this has been like one of Floyd's MOs, is that he leverages his fight name or his quote-unquote assets, and which is what, a lot of wealthy people do. They leverage their assets to take out bigger loans or, whatever. But Floyd does it in such a reckless way that no one ever sees return on it. He just takes money It isn't alone. He's stealing. He didn't have provisions in place. I've talked about this, ad nauseum over the last couple of years, but the fact that we actually get some details on this from Logan is hilarious.
Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. Also, the fact that Logan agreed to 15%, he's got that manager, Jeff, who says, I make the big deals. He got absolutely rinsed on that deal. But also, Graham has some important information about Floyd Mayweather and, again, his, I wouldn't say shitty business dealings, but how bad he is with money. Let's keep listening. Company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment that I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
In the final stretch, attention shifts to massive exhibition events involving legends like Mike Tyson and Manny Pacquiao, with Netflix turning boxing into a global spectacle. Analysts say these fights are driven more by revenue and streaming numbers than pure competition, reshaping boxing into entertainment business. Whether this becomes a financial reset or just another headline remains uncertain, but the sport has clearly changed forever. The line between sport and show is now fully blurred. Every fight becomes a global media event. Financial motivation and entertainment value dominate the narrative. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.